Hey everyone, hi. Isn't this so cute? It says hi on the front and it says bye on the back. Or is it more corny? It doesn't matter, it's cute to me. But anyways, I'm bringing y'all a more college themed video today. I'm just going to give you guys a few tips and tricks and just overall ways to make moving into college a little bit easier. This is in honor of my school's move-in week. I attend Bowie State University, and now that I'm a senior, I feel like I have a pretty good sense of packing. Boy, if you don't get mainly of packing and things to do when you're trying to move into campus. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, I got my notes right here. And one of the first things that I have written down is to make sure you plan ahead. Moving day can be very, very stressful, especially if you feel unprepared. So you want to make sure you have things in order to make the day go by smoothly. I recommend going on like Pinterest, YouTube, or even looking up Instagram hashtags for a checklist if you're unfamiliar with the necessities that you need for moving in. I know my freshman year I did that just so I didn't miss out anything. Now necessities do change based on if you're living in traditional housing or if you're living in an apartment style. So make sure when you search that up, you're specific in which style living you will be in. Also, you need to know who to bring. Moving day is not one to play with. Yeah, you want to have people there because it's your first time, or maybe you just need extra help, but you want to make sure you're bringing people that's actually going to help you. You don't want to bring a whole bunch of people that's going to look at you, be cute, take your pictures, but they ain't pick up nothing. You get what I'm saying? Plus, now that COVID's going on, your policy at the school you attend might be a little different. For my school specifically, we could only have 2 other helpers, but me and my mom, we always get the job done. So make sure you know that. And also, a lot of schools don't let you have kids help. I think the policy is like 16 years of older. I'm not sure. Check with your building. But yeah, you don't want to bring a whole bunch of people, just people that you know will actually get the job done for you. The last thing that's going to help move into my next tip is make sure you pack your vehicle overnight. Now, if you're like me and you have a lot of stuff, this is important because not only do you know what you're missing when you go back in your house to like go back over your checklist, look through, but you know if you need to make multiple trips or if you might need to rent a U-Haul truck. That's something to look into based on, of course, your financials and the amount of stuff you have. But make sure you pack that vehicle overnight. I promise you, it's going to make things a lot more easy and smooth. My next tip has to do with organization and packing. I didn't do this. I probably should have. I've done it in the previous years, but I was kind of busy this summer, but that's besides the point. Make sure you're packing gradually, okay? This is gonna make you feel less overwhelmed. You're not in a rush. Make sure you have, again, your checklist from the previous tip, but making sure you know exactly what you need and just take your time. If you're in a rush, you're gonna feel really stressed. You're more inclined to leave something behind. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time to get your essentials. Another thing is using totes or storage bins. That's what I did this year and I believe my junior year, and I promise you it really helps keep things separated. So what I did was take my tote, some duct tape on top, and I labeled them based on rooms and other things that I needed. For example, my one bin said kitchen supplies, one said cleaning supplies, and one said bedroom stuff. That just made it so much easier for me to pick that bin up, put it in the respective rooms, and then once I did that, it made unpacking so much more quicker and easier overall. My next tip involves carts. You might want to think about this. This is not absolutely needed, but I really recommend it. Getting your own cart. You can get this from like a Walmart, a Target, wherever in your city or wherever you live at sells like moving carts. It don't have to be huge. It just has to be something that can hold a good amount of bins. My mom and I, we have one, and that's what came in handy. Now your school should have carts available for you, but one it's a lot of people that moves in. I mean, your school might try to be more efficient by having different days, but still, like, carts are in high demand. And plus, sometimes your carts are on a time limit. Like for my school, we only had 2 hours to use the cart. And maybe you want to go out and get some groceries if you live in an apartment. Everybody usually has to do a store run after they initially move their stuff in, and you might not have time or access to the cart. So having your own is much better. Next tip is to have your cleaning supplies on hand. That should be like the first bucket that you see. When you get into your dorm room or your apartment space, know that people have been living there before you, especially now with the pandemic. You want to make sure that you really cleaning your space and making sure it's tidy. Like, you don't want to risk anything. You better clean them countertops, boo. You better clean everything. Mop, vacuum, do what you gotta do, but make sure your space is clean and make sure you have easy access to your cleaning supplies. Okay, so this tip I feel like people don't speak on, but baby, you need to hear this, okay? Dress comfortably like it's moving day, okay? You're not here to be fashionable. I mean, you can be a little bit, you know, but you want to make sure you have comfortable clothes on, tennis shoes, athletic wear, whatever floats your boat for real. But you're not here to impress nobody. Most of the time you moving in August. Now it's hot outside depending on where you live at. Like, girl, you gonna be sweating. Boy, you gonna be sweating. Like, this is not your time to impress nobody. This is for you to get your stuff in your room, and that's just that, okay? The next tip is to make sure all your account information, financial aid, and everything is set in stone, okay? Usually, financial aid lines on moving day are dumb long, especially at a HBCU child. Those lines are so long and it's frustrating. It's hot outside. Like, everybody is just trying to scramble, get their thoughts together, get their accounts together, because a lot of times if that's not good, you will not get your room keys. So make sure the night before, a couple days before, even weeks before, you emailing your office, you constantly checking your account, because now with COVID, things are fluctuating, things are changing. So you really want to be on top of that. It's going to make moving in so much more smooth, and just, I can't emphasize that enough. Make sure your account is good. Now, money is a touchy subject, but I'm just saying, like, that's one of the key factors, honestly. My other tip for move-in day is to unpack before you go to the store. Know that on move-in day, everybody and their mama is in the stores. Walmart, Target, what's that store called? At home, stay home, something like that. Everybody is in them stores scrambling to get things that they might have forgotten. As long as you have your essentials, you're good. But make a list of things, make note of things that you're gonna need after you unpack. If it's not something that you need right then and there, I will wait like another day or two. It's really your preference, but don't bum rush the stores until you know for sure what you need. Period. Another tip that I want to emphasize is make note of anything wrong in your room, anything wrong in your apartment space. If you have a burn mark or something, like, I don't know, girl. If you got a burn mark or some shit on your counter, if you have hair all over the place, if you have a screw missing out of something, you need to say something. Speak up. A lot of times in traditional housing, traditional dorms, at least on my campus, they have like a little checklist that you have to fill out with things that are wrong, out of place. Make sure you do that, because you do not want that bill at the end of the semester talking about you did it when you didn't. No, I'm not, you don't want to pay that extra money. If you don't have a checklist, I will report it to your RA or your RD, which is the director of the building. Or if you're in a space like me, I live in an apartment right now. We have a online resident portal. So if we need to make any reports, if we need to put in a work order, we do it directly online. I also take pictures of the stuff. Like, I have a couple orders that I want to put in probably this weekend, but yeah, make sure you make a note of that. We not paying no extra money out here. You already paid for that tuition, your books, all of that. That's not something we trying to deal with. My final tip is to take it all in, especially if you're a freshman. You only have one first move in. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's hectic. Yeah, you feel like a chicken with no head just running around, but it's really supposed to be an experience for you. This is your first time on your own, you know. You get to be in a room with a roommate or even by yourself. Just enjoy it. If you want to take pictures of your room, take pictures of your room. Take pictures with the people that you brought with you. Take a picture with your newfound friends, with your roommate. Just create memories, because again, this is a college experience overall. Like, you moved in, like, what? All right, my good people, that is it. That is all. I hope these tips were helpful, and make sure you use them, because again, I found that they've really made my moving process smooth, and I hope it does the same for you. Let me know in the comments if you want any college related videos, tips, tricks, whatever. Let me know. I'm happy to do those. And make sure you subscribe, and make sure you like this video if you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that post notification bell button, whatever it is, if you want to know every time I'm posted. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.